next guest spent 4 years chasing treasure on the show Outer Banks. Next, he gets romantic with Bond, James Bond. Queer opens in select theaters Wednesday and nationwide December 13th. Please welcome Drew Starkey. I don't want to embarrass you, but there's a lot of excitement, primarily female excitement, about your appearance here tonight. I do. You probably get the show's like popular all over the world, right?
Yeah.
That must be strange to go into another country and to be known.
It is strange. I mean, you know, we've gone to some pretty remote, like a remote town in Italy and Barbados, and it's always a shock to see people. The most surprising place, though, I shot a movie in Serbia, and we were in Belgrade, and we were staying at the Hilton, and there were I think after 2 weeks there were about 40 to 50 people lined up outside the hotel every day on the way to work. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And they were not just waiting for the bus; they were there for you.
Yeah. It took me a while to figure that out. Yeah.
That show is set in North Carolina, which is your home state.
That's my home state. Yeah. From I'm from the western North Carolina, mostly Hickory, North Carolina.
How'd you get into acting from that part of the country?
I don't remember.
You don't know?
I don't remember. No, mostly theater. I grew up doing theater in North Carolina. There's a big theater scene actually in North Carolina.
Huh.
So yeah, that's
in
how
school you're talking about?
Yeah, in school. Yeah, my high school, St. Stephen's High School in Hickory, North Carolina, we had a theater called the Tractor Shed Theater.
The Tractor Shed Theater?
The Tractor Shed Theater, yeah. It was quite literally, my theater teacher, Molly Rice, when she came to the school, she converted. It was quite literally an old tractor shed. It's where students and faculty would park their tractors.
Wow.
I'm from the country. And she converted this space. It was this little black box theater space.
Wow, that's gross.
Yeah, so it was like it was a point of pride, you know.
What did you like audition for the musicals, like
We didn't do a lot of musicals. We mostly did kind of like
which ones would you do?
We did a lot of like Samuel Beckett.
Oh,
like
really?
a lot of really strange kind of black box theater, which was great.
Oh, so you got exposed to some interesting stuff early on.
Yeah.
More than the typical, Into the Woods type of thing.
Right.
On in high school,
I wish I would have auditioned for Into the Woods.
Well, it's not too late.
Yeah.
And this movie, Queer, is based on a book by William Burroughs that came out in the 80s, right?
That's right, yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you've seen, Variety is calling it the year's most provocative movie, and they've spaced the words all over the place. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do you and Daniel Craig, do you decide, like, hey, let's both wear black outfits? Or is that something that is decided for you?
Yeah, we were going for a Simon and Garfunkel kind of...
Well, it didn't end well for Simon and Garfunkel. I hope that...
No, Daniel and I are going strong. We're good.
You and Daniel Craig met on the set, or do you know him before?
We met in New York. We met. I didn't have any chemistry reads. We didn't have any chemistry reads or anything. But we got to jump into these movement rehearsals like a month before we started filming.
What does that mean, a movement rehearsal?
Well,
sounds like something would happen after a box of Raisin Bran.
Yeah, sure. No, we were. That's good. No, we were in these. It was dance. We were in dance rehearsals together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it was almost like an intense kind of jujitsu class. We were rolling around on the floor together, and it's a great way to get to know one another.
Is it? Yeah. We should do that with interviews here, Guillermo. Before somebody comes in.
Next time, Jimmy.
You wrestle them around on the ground.
I promise you, next time.
That'd be an honor.
And correct me if I have this wrong, but one of the things that happens in movies is they don't always get the audio, right? You have to oftentimes go back in and revoice your
For
lines.
ADR, yeah.
Yeah, they call it ADR, which, what does it even stand for?
I don't know. It's a
Nobody
mystery.
knows.
Yeah.
No one has ever known what it stands for.
Yeah, it's always.
But it's basically you go in and you redo stuff if you can't hear it. You add little lines and you make noises.
Yeah, of course.
You guys had to do this for the sex scenes.
Yeah, always. That's usually the case.
I didn't know that.
But it's
Take me through that process.
It's all right, yeah, I'll break it down for you. Yeah, so you go in, usually it's somewhere remote. I mean, sometimes you do ADR in recording studios out in Los Angeles, but in this case, I think I was in South Carolina where we shoot the show. So you walk in and you meet the audio engineers, and you're like, hi, nice to meet you, Drew. Yeah, like, so they throw you into the session. It's like two guys named Mike and Dave or something, and then 20 minutes later, I'm faking an orgasm or something like in front of these guys. But
in front of Mike and Dave.
In front of Mike and Dave.
And Mike and Dave, this is something they do regularly, or they're usually recording?
They're not even bothered.
They're
like
usually
sipping their
doing local
coffee, like,
supermarket
all right,
radio
making
spots.
their notes. Yeah. No, it's.
Wow. And Mike and Dave, and you're sure they were, they were working there?
I don't actually. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, and the movie I know takes place in Mexico City, but you shot it in Rome.
Yeah, we shot 95% of it on sound stages at Cinecittà. It's a studio in Rome.
Was that a great experience?
Amazing. It was like being in old Hollywood. It was a dream. Yeah. But all these sets are kind of built. I mean, you walk in and they have they've built these city streets in Mexico City. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Better than the Tractor Shed?
Cutting it close.
Close to the Tractor Shed Theater,
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the movie. The movie's called Queer. It opens in select theaters Wednesday, nationwide on December 13th. Drew Starkey, everybody. Thank you, Drew. We'll be back with Starkey.